Hello and welcome to the Metroidvania Review official stream. My name is Professor Q and I have here with me today Nick.
How's it going, everybody?
And we're moving on with Kingdom of Light. I was told by Indiana Ors that this might be the last area, so we'll see if I actually get through it or if I get lost the whole time this time. He told me that the game was about 6 hours long at this point, but I don't know how fast I'm going through what that expectation is, so we'll find out. Oh, you just kind of fall through that.
On the Halo elevator.
So how are you this week, Nick?
Doing good. Looking forward to killing darkness.
I was told that I need to look at the soul menu in order to make sure that the stat bonuses were being applied. And definitely let me know in the comments if the volumes are a little off right now. My computer reset all of the... Hey, look, a key. I think this is the first time we've had a key in a dungeon before.
Pretty sure that's a ghost key.
So, Nick, what's the recap of what happened last time? Because so much happened last time.
Well, we walked around, and then we died a bunch. I think that does it.
We got this climb ability, which is sort of like this game's double jump so far. I don't know if this game intends to have a double jump at some point.
I like climb abilities.
This key following me is like... It's got like this weird gaseous effect to it. I thought something was coming after me for a second there. What were you about to say?
No, I was just saying it's ghost key.
Come on, I made a really far jump. There we go. Oh, too far. What will become... Oh, somebody's singing in the background.
What a thrill.
We're attacking the opera house from Final Fantasy VI.
Nice.
Speaking of Final Fantasy VI, I've been playing that mod. Have I talked about that mod enough for you, Nick?
Are you still enjoying your time in it?
It's it's good. I'm just still deciding how good. Okay, what hurt me there? There's a thing there. I think it's going to attack me again if I... Yeah, there's like a tentacle or something.
I think it's an interesting question of can a mod potentially increase the overall rating of a game?
Well, it's hard because I would give Final Fantasy VI a 5 out of 5 anyway. So it's interesting to think about, like whether
if it
or not,
improves. Does that mean it's a 6 out of 5?
Well, here's the thing: is that I don't actually feel that it's better. I know that some people would disagree with that, but there are a lot of good things. I would say that it has definitely achieved its goal of making the game more balanced than the original. But the main draw of Final Fantasy VI is its story, and so does balance really actually matter? Like, it's kind of where my question is.
I mean, I'd say if the improvements get the things that are not story out, well, I don't want to say out of the way, but makes them more
Enjoyable, right?
enjoyable, yeah, then that's still a global improvement.
But I'm still trying to decide whether or not it accomplishes that.
Okay, so, alright, so, let's say I go to a baseball game, and at the ballpark, they really put a lot of time and effort into improving the food in the concession stands. I'm not going to the baseball game for the food. I'm going there for baseball.
Right.
But if the food at the concession stands is better, I'm going to be more likely to go watch those games.
I agree with that. However, what if you enjoy going to baseball games and having hot dogs, but they only offer steak now? And the steak is also expensive.
Okay, there we go. I mean, if the steak was the same price as the hot dog, I'd be
No.
that sounds awful.
No. It's gonna be... Unfortunately, I'm not able to read most of what's being said on this song up here, partially because we're chatting too, but it sounds like some guy's brooding about the darkness, so... So, okay, the game is more balanced, and the builds of characters is more interesting. However, they eliminated the aspect of Final Fantasy VI where you can build any character however you want by making it so only certain characters can equip certain espers and etc.
I mean, is it just to make more differentiation between the characters?
Yes. The answer is yes, but it also kind of forces you to build your party in specific ways, so you can't just like use whoever you want. Like before, it was how you leveled your characters is how your end game ended up, whereas now it's how you construct your party is the most important thing, and that becomes problematic because there isn't like level scaling in this version of the game, and Final Fantasy VI has a level scaling issue in the first place. Oops, that's not my... Where's my lock button? I have to remember what button I put that on. I guess I put it on this button. There we go. I don't know. Like, without going into like a full review of this mod, basically the game is a lot harder, and if you want to be able to get into Kefka's Tower where you have to split into 3 parties or whatever and not have a super hard time, you basically have to grind. Whereas, I can beat Final Fantasy VI Vanilla, or the Game Boy Advance version, in under 18 hours.
Okay.
And right now I'm like at 25 hours on this thing and I'm still going, like...
Yeah, your analogy actually makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah.
It costing more is the payment is time.
The payment is time, and like it took me half an hour to beat the Atma weapon on the floating continent because he's that difficult, and it took me that many tries. I had to redo my strategy. It was just a long time figuring it out, and so the question is it actually worth it when ultimately it boils down to random elements and RPG things, the normal RPG problems of do you grind or do you change your strategy, and is there a difference,
I think balancing that in RPGs is incredibly difficult.
Yes.
The big publishers have problems with that. I mean, Final Fantasy has had an issue, they've had an issue with characters all feeling the same for a bunch of their different games. I mean, 10 was directly criticized for that.
Right.
And I think it really is a balance issue.
I feel like the music might be a little loud, so I turned it down. How's it going, Salmace? Sorry if I didn't notice you down there. Thanks for coming. Yeah, balancing that is really difficult, and so it's just like Final Fantasy VI is still fun to play vanilla. You can argue that all of the things that they change on this thing are all problems of Final Fantasy VI, but ultimately it boils down to the story experience. The music is super loud. Okay, let me go ahead and try and fix that a little better then. Thanks for help letting us know. I thought it might be a little bit loud, because... Let me know if that's too quiet now. Okay, I have a key now, so I might as well go through this door. So I don't know, it's... opening up this playthrough of Kingdom of Light with Final Fantasy VI discussions, but it's a good discussion from game design standpoint, I think.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept that, taking away options because of the difficulty of the game. I started playing Kingmaker, Pathfinder Kingmaker, and depending on the difficulty that you set it at. Basically, you can go from, building whatever you want, having fun with it, not really worrying too much about, very specific builds to, yeah, you need to spec this way or you're going to die, which sounds not fun to me. Like, that doesn't sound like a challenge. That just sounds like I'd have to sit there and follow a guide, and that doesn't sound appealing.
The thing that bothers me about RPGs in general is that regardless of what strategies you apply, you're still at the mercy to some degree of the RNG. Welcome, JJ Dev. So, like, no matter how I strategize, there's always that chance that he'll cast the instant death spell that kills one of my party members and then throws off my entire strategy as a result of it. This thing is flashing. I don't know if I can kill it though. It is giving me health, so maybe I can kill it. And we'll go off to the left and see if there's a key or something. So yeah, like in something like Pathfinder Kingmaker, it's the same way. Like, tabletop role-playing games are good not because you have balance, and I'm not saying the balance isn't important, but what makes them special is the fact that you are essentially using those random elements to enhance the story aspect. Like, it's funny when somebody fails a roll because then you have to react to that. And it's like, what would your character do less than... let's see, this thing is not turning on. Maybe I have to power it somehow? I'm doing very well, JJ Dev. How are you doing?
Was there more than one switch? Because remember, there have been doors in the past where you gotta hit more than one.
Yeah. I like these ground guys, even though they catch me off guard, they're really good for farming health from. Come on,
sure.
Charge up. Unless I mess up. I guess you can't charge while you're ducking? I guess that's the problem. So I have to do a diagonal shot on him. Okay, so apparently... Wait, is that thing on now? Oh, it's like blinking. Wait a minute. I don't know why that's different now. Maybe I had to kill the enemies in the room or something. What were you saying?
Was that the same light?
Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and leave my bow here. If I can remember which button that is.
Yeah, because now it looks like it's glowing already. Man, maybe, yeah, I bet you have to get to the other side or something.
Yeah, I think when I'm close to it. So let's just leave my bow here. Now that we killed all the enemies, this will be easier. So yeah, on the subject of like story and games and stuff like that, I find that it's easier to... Oh, you had to stand on this button. That was what was turning it on. I feel very silly now. I just didn't notice it, I guess.
It blends in.
Yeah, this is a challenge of any game that utilizes darkness in any ways. Maybe possibly having issues like that, if you want to call it an issue.
They have to give you a night vision goggles that you never take off.
This key is very bright. Okay, so we want to get a couple of health from this if I can. I can get 3. That's good. If I remember correctly, I can use the door to recover too. If I can remember correctly from 5 minutes ago.
I believe in you.
Okay, we got this. Alright. Is this the door with the key? I guess not. Maybe the door with the key is off to the right. I actually did not see this passage until I looked at my minimap. Oh. Looks like we need 2 keys. Let's go find the second. Let's see, where haven't we been yet? Oh, I forget, everything respawns when you leave a room.
Those doors remind me of Legend of Zelda 2.
Let's see. Thankfully, yeah, they do kind of remind me of Zelda 2. Now that you mention it. Okay, so... There's a passage off to the left there, and we haven't really explored this shaft very much, so let's go ahead and do that. Looks like there's a pathway over here that might bear fruit. So, like, when you have a game like, Pathfinder or Final Fantasy VI, you have kind of a dichotomy between story and gameplay, where depending on how you design your gameplay, let's see if we can make it. No. All right, looks like we need an upgrade in order to get up there. But we have our second key, so hopefully maybe we'll get our upgrade doing that. They're at odds with each other sometimes, especially when your story is mostly conveyed through like cutscenes.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the. I don't want to say that's the traditional way to tell a story because it's not, but
right.
That was the way they told the stories in like the late '90s and through the. What do you call the early 2000s? I've heard people call it the aughts, but that's always sounded weird to me.
Huh. I'm not sure. It's a good question. But I know what you mean, early 2000s. The
yeah,
zeros.
Just that whole the Metal Gear Solid generation.
Yes. Well, see, Hideo Kojima was a movie director before he became, or he was a wannabe movie director before he became a video game director. And he's always kind of wanted to make his games more movie-like. And I think that you're right that Metal Gear Solid was the one that really first revolutionized video game storytelling, along with Final Fantasy VII popularizing the JRPG formula of doing that. Which is, like, you kind of have to question the value of making it a video game versus just a TV show at that point, you know?
I think it can be like the gameplay in the original Metal Gear Solid is still entertaining. You can still go back and have a good time playing that game.
Yeah, I agree. Specifically Metal Gear Solid, and Final Fantasy VII has its benefits as well. Like, I don't think it would be the same experience if you just did Advent Children with it.
Right.
So I don't know. It's hard to say, but I think it's generally better if you can kind of mix the Ludo narrative into the the advantage of having it be a video game is that you can make the journey parts of the story that would otherwise just be boring into an integral part of the experience.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's Metal Gear Solid versus Half-Life.
Yeah. Half-Life is also very story-oriented, I would say, and it does a very good job kind of putting you into the shoes of...
yeah, it's incorporated into the gameplay for the most part.
I just realized I can jump while doing this. I thought you couldn't move at all, but I guess you can just hop around.
Whoa, that is a fancy-looking thing over there. Oh, that's the thing that's been swiping at you, I think.
It might be. ... Arcadia. Oh, it's that wolf guy. 84, so you survived the forest temple so far. What is this place? What happened here?
He just told you.
I thought I already told you. This is the temple where we first found ourselves. Where we first discovered our untapped potential. Where we ascended from weak mortal beings. What do you mean? You're speaking madness. The strong devour the weak. It's the way of the world. The more you fight that idea, the more likely you are to end up like one of those fools down there. I won't accept that. Still such a fool. With that attitude, you'll dull your senses. In the darkness, you can't afford not to push your limits. But go ahead on your fruitless path of nobility. I'll have no sympathy for you when you end up like one of them. It is the natural course of things, after all. I will end this darkness and return light to the world. I will destroy whatever monster is causing this at the heart of the temple. We'll see about that. We'll see quite soon. I'm gonna go to my boss chamber. I don't know if he's actually gonna be a boss, but that would be the trope.
Come kill me.
Can I shoot this flower thing? Okay, so he kept saying one of them, if I fall down here. Oh great. Oh great. Oh great. What have I done? What have I done? Oh no. Wow, when he said one of them, I thought there was only 84 of us.
Hey.
Has St. John's the Third's uncle been here?
83 was.
Wait, he's not St. Jones. Sir Frank Jones, sorry. After years of experiments, I'm finally ready. The essence I've hidden away in this room should allow me to ascend. The other scientists were too stupid to take it when they had the chance. I've been experimenting and becoming one with the essence and entering the essence realm for as long as I can remember. It's said that some humans are able to do it naturally, but I had always believed the ability could be granted only to the gods. When this experiment is done, I will channel the essence into myself and harness the power for my own using. I will use this to overthrow the will of the gods and enter the essence realm myself. I will not need that bow that the other scientists claim is necessary for safely channeling the essence. They're just trying to hold me back from reaching my potential. My will is strong enough.
Really work out well for this guy.
At the expense of so many lives. What were you saying?
I was just saying, I bet things really work out well for this guy. I can tell.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's his corpse right there that we're sitting on.
I'm pretty sure if anybody ever was like, do you want to absorb all the essence? I'd be like, no, I'm good, man. Thanks.
Use the circle button to focus essence. Oh gosh, we've gotten super powered. Oh.
Looks super cool.
Yeah, so you charge up and then you get bullets. Okay, this could make actually a really interesting, because, you gotta do this. So you know how like in Hollow Knight when you have to heal, you kind of have to hold still?
Yeah.
It kind of has the same thing, except instead of getting healing, you get more damage. So we just blew... Oh gosh. Okay, let's see.
What if there was a Metroidvania where there were power-ups around the world, but if you try to pick up a power-up before you're like physically capable of handling the power of the power-up, you just explode.
That'd be kind of neat. This is what I mean by ludonarrative, though. Like, that type of thing would be... What's that?
There's, like, downsides. Like, it messes up your body so you don't move as fast or something like that.
See, that's what I mean by ludonarrative, though. Is like, those are the type of things that you could add that would have a story aspect to it. That would be part of the gameplay.
This is a demo of a game that is still in development.
So Nick is responding to Dr. Octorocket. And welcome, Dr. Octorocket. So this is cool. I like the effect. Like, it makes you feel tough.
Everything looks great in this game. The lighting just makes everything so satisfying.
Oh, good. We got more climbing power. I love these. So it's like a magical...
magical pull-ups.
Pull-up bar, yeah. I think it's cool. It's...
In case anybody's wondering, the pull-up bar that you put in your door frame that you can buy on Amazon does not magically give you more power if you do pull-ups on it.
Don't buy the Amazon version of the magical pull-up bar. It's not good.
No, it's probably a bootleg item.
Probably. Okay. This guy is not going to let me heal. I have ultimate power. Oh, wait. Gotta get past all these guys. Oh gosh, I should probably go save because it's been a while. But it's too far away, so I'm just going to go ahead and take the risks.
There should really be a save point around here. You need to heal.
I know. I'm really worried, actually. But the thing is, if I go down, all those enemies respawn in that shaft. If going down a shaft is a lot more dangerous than going up, because you can kind of slowly take the upwards path. Okay, let's see here. Kind of be careful along the way. Okay, so there's a bug right there I can farm. Apparently there's a bug right ahead, so let's go ahead and try that. Let's see. If I hold the button down walking into this room... Okay, good. There we go. Yeah, lucky. Alright, this is all we need. I just need to suck your soul a little bit. We are the good guys in this game. Which all the bad guys have been calling into question this whole time, which I like.
Yeah, it's always a good dynamic.
Yeah. So that owl is an enemy, and it is a dead enemy. Oh,
I do not believe this is publicly available.
Yes, I do have a limited number of keys, though, so if you ask me in the Discord afterwards, I can send you one. If you are interested in trying it out. Oh, gosh. That seems...
Oh, I'm pretty sure you need to go into that and absorb its power.
No, I need to absorb the power of this map. I wish I could do that to real maps in real life. Just suck it into my brain. Okay, so we have the... Oh. Did that not give me anything? Okay, it gave me the layout of this area. That's interesting.
You know, that makes me think. There's no maps anywhere anymore. You go to a gas station, you can't buy a map.
That's true, actually. If you don't have a smartphone these days, you're kind of out of luck.
Yeah, you're in trouble. Atlases are a thing of the past.
I used to have one I kept in my van all the time when I would drive up to my family.
Yeah, I remember I had a big Atlas of Arizona in my car.
It had notes on it for like the best routes to take and things like that, you know. I also remember when MapQuest came out, I used to print out like this huge...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was how it was done.
I remember looking up like, how do I get to that burrito place? And then I'd print out the instructions. And
I found out about a 1-800-TELL-ME or whatever. Could also give you directions. I wonder if that still exists.
I highly doubt it.
Hopefully it's not been replaced by something much worse.
I wonder if like Rand McNally is even still a company.
Don't ever take a wrong turn with MapQuest, that's true. Okay, I thought there was an Emmy right at the entrance there. I'll try and get this bad.
So I looked up Rand McNally, and they're now listed as a technology company.
You know, video games actually do a great job as teaching you how to find your way places. Metroidvania genre is probably really good for that. Wait, who's listed as a technology company now?
Rand McNally, the old map company. Apparently they were founded in Chicago in 1856. So they've been around a long time.
I think I can make this. I just need to... Okay, let's do this one more time. Otherwise I'm going to assume there's another pull-up bar somewhere that I need to get to.
Yeah, that seems too close to not be a tease.
Come on. We can do this. One more shot. Come on. Oh, it's so dang close. Yeah. That'd be ironic if that's where the pull-up bar is. Anyway, we're going to move our way up because now we can burst through those walls that we couldn't break before. MapQuest was all wrong turns. I found MapQuest to be fairly reliable when I used it growing up. But I also live in a town that was well documented for what roads exist. I know that there are some areas in the United States that weren't quite as lucky in that regard. Oops. I keep getting hit by that tentacle. You leave me alone, tentacle.
I grew up in Phoenix, and it was kind of nice because literally the whole city is just a grid system.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that this can be broken by the super arrows.
I feel like maybe you have to turn something on, and it'll channel that energy into the door.
Maybe. Let's take a look at the map here. Where haven't we been yet? I don't see any areas that aren't marked. However, I don't think that those walls that we could break were completely... I don't think they were marked in the map, so... Let's see here. Each of those could have an area. I think I'm going to go ahead and go to the right and save, and then we'll kind of explore some more. Whoops. And not fall off a cliff? Oh gosh.
And I'm out.
Yeah, I think Zelda likes are probably the best when it comes to... Because you kind of had to make your own map, especially with the original Zelda. Real life skills.
Were games where I learned to make my... Oh, that thing's horrifying.
I'm just going to leave it alone.
Where I could learn to make my way around the map without actually looking at the map. Like, just geographic locations were enough for me to learn the area.
Yeah. Those are the best kind of games. And that's one of the reasons why I like the Hollow Knight map system, even though it's controversial.
Oh, I love the Hollow Knight system.
Yeah. Not everybody does like it, of course, but that is the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Like, certain open world games accomplish that too. Like, for all it's worth, Saints Row 2 was probably the best open world map I've ever played because of how memorable all the locations were. I could make my way around that place like it was my hometown.
So there's a... Next time if we have to drop down again, there is a passageway to the right, so if we hold right, we can get somewhere. Not everybody does like the way that Hollow Knight handles the map, and I can definitely understand that.
What, the fact that you have to, like, find the guy in each area?
You have to find the guy, and then it doesn't update unless you, whoops. Unless you rest at a checkpoint. That's weird that it's not letting me duck shoot. I wonder if that's a thing while you have the charge up. Anyway, let's go down and save real quick.
Yeah, have you ever tried to fire a bow when you're crouched?
Isn't that like how people, I think we talked to this guy last time, so I'm not going to go through it. I thought he gave me a thing, so I wonder why I guess his dialogue isn't set to change.
I actually quite liked that you didn't have a marker on your location. It made it feel like an actual map and not a magical GPS device.
I can definitely understand that. I'm not going to say that it is a bad opinion.
Oh no, I get it.
But one thing I did appreciate at the end of playing Hollow Knight, I think you can hold the button, start button. That's what gives the dialogue. By the end of the game, I actually stopped using the marker, and then I kind of started looking at the game's world instead of, I had my map out all the time. One of the hard things, like I was originally going to do a video review for Ori and the Will of the Wisps, but circumstances kind of kept delaying my beginning to do video reviews, and so I ended up going with a different game. Not because there was any issue with doing Ori and the Will of the Wisps, like specifically, but I just ended up going with Cathedral instead, and just haven't gotten back to Ori and the Will of the Wisps. It's also a popular game, so it feels less like I need to do a video review. But anyway, when I was looking through my footage, something I noticed is that I was constantly in my map menu, which made it really hard to get, 30 seconds of video of me doing something amazing. Yeah, from the platforming. And while you're playing the game, you don't really notice that, but when you're trying to, make a video review,
It was like, come on, man, quit opening the menu.
Quit opening the menu. And, sometimes I can kind of like splice that out. But Ori has so many moving parts that splicing anything... Like when I did my Alwa's Legacy review, it was really easy because everything is pretty static in that game, so I could splice whatever I wanted.
Right.
But Ori, it has all these moving parts, like all the grass moves and things like that, that if I splice anything, everything jumps around. So it was interesting. Alright, we're going to go ahead and go to all these Fs. I don't know if these Fs represent keys, but I don't think I know what they mean, so... Oops.
They stand for fancy.
Okay, the reason why the... duck wasn't working. Oh, okay. I see now. We have new keys. Let's get more juice up. I definitely recommend the second Ori. I've said it before that one of the downsides to it is that it does put the emphasis more on combat, for better or worse. Personally, I like the platforming focus of the first game a little bit more. However, you could argue that the platforming is better in Ori 2 as well, so... And yeah, I actually just picked up Rogue Legacy 2 as well. I'm excited to try that because I like the first one.
I'll get around to it eventually.
I hear it's mostly more of the same. Yeah, that's the definition of mini games. I'll get around to it eventually. Okay, so what does the F stand for here? Or does the key just not appear while I'm... Okay, what does this say? It looks like this has things, so... It has a person with a bucket, and then a stairs with a down arrow on it. And yeah, I agree with Caldroth, you can skip the first Alwa. And then I don't know what this third symbol means. It's like people... Are those people? They kind of look like people. And then there's a swirl, so obviously they drank the liquid and they got trippy. And then they turn into a demon, see the little bat wing. And then this guy is leaving the bathtub because he's never going to do it again because that was a horrible experience. I don't know what else to... Oh, these are the same. Okay, I thought we were looking at a puzzle here. We'll see if that has significance as we go on.
He couldn't get into the bathtub, so he pushed the stairs over to it.
So far, this game has not had major puzzles in it, so I have no expectation that will start, but there's always the possibility that he threw one in there. But that is how I'm interpreting those symbols. I have not tried the new Getsufumaden yet.
I don't know what Getsufumaden is.
Is that new Konami game that just came out? It's like a Roguevania, maybe?
That sounds intriguing. I like the Dead Cells.
Controversial cells, you mean?
I don't know. I don't think you could argue that it wasn't a combination of those two genres.
Oh, people do. Definitely do.
What do they argue it is? Just a roguelike?
Roguelike platformer. There's actually quite a few of those now. That's actually kind of a new genre. How's it going, MAR? And Hugs back. Alright. This is a cool dungeon. Keys are very difficult to pull off correctly, I think. A lot of times they feel like busy work, but this was in combination with the new upgrades, so... Okay, so you're right. It looks like I needed to activate it somehow before I could do anything with it. Okay.
All gone.
Get my power back. Okay, let's see. And there's a nice hammock up here. It's nice that somebody put that there for me. I never played Getsufumaden the original, so... I think I remember seeing it, though, because I think it might have the Metroidvania tag. Alright, well, thanks for stopping in, Anime. Whoops. I think this is the boss. Oh, did Dead Cells launch with no ability upgrades? Are we talking? I don't want to fight. We don't have to. Oh, I have to stand here. We got to have the right distance apart.
Just whittle them with arrows right now.
Good.
Be like, come on, man, why aren't you strong?
Oh, that's interesting. I should have known it was you causing the darkness here, Arcadia. I like how we make that accusation. I don't know where the evidence is. Ha, you think I'm the one creating this darkness? I'm flattered.
I think he says what we say.
Basically, yeah. I'm just one of many players in this game. It'll be interesting, though, if we kill him and like this place lights up. That'd be neat. In this dance between light and darkness, you're right in a way, though. I am utilizing the darkness and all these souls to shroud this forest in darkness. I won't allow you to continue. Please stop now, Arcadia. Well, it certainly seems like you're not backing down. I admire that. Since you'll likely be dead soon, can I ask you one last time why you persist? I'm fighting for Lisa's dream of seeing the Kingdom of Light, and for freeing the people of the town suffering in darkness. Did you know that this temple was created by an ancient civilization after discovering the essence spring below? Those who touched the essence went mad. I believe the people in the town you're defending have only come this far in their understanding of the essence. The scientists in the town are using the essence to help sustain them. They believe that the crops fed with essence will flourish and greatly ease their hunger. They're not wrong, they're just so underdeveloped. This temple was built and designed to study essence. Once people started experimenting with the essence, they discovered that while many went mad, a few seemed to gain what seemed to be like a previously unknown power. It was viewed as a gift from the gods. Like me with the Bow of Light. Exactly. However, the Bow of Light is much newer technology, more advanced than the souls that once studied at these halls could hope to create. The new ascended ones use their abilities to help the world until the point where all those who were ascended were now essentially normal. Everyone had advanced. They developed different experiments, combining and focusing large quantities of essence into themselves. By becoming one with various kinds of concentrated essence, new ascended beings emerged. The cycle went on and on. They studied essence. They tried to become one. They died. Few survived. The rarest ascended. So then you're one of these ascended ones? Did you perform these experiments here? Are you responsible for all the lives lost? I guess you could say I've ascended, but not as far as I need to. Regarding this temple, it's ancient history to me too, kid. The pinnacle of evolution when society figured out this temple is just a grain compared to the mountain of understanding we have now. The strong survive, kid. It's written all throughout history, and you better start accepting it now. If you were weak, you would have died a long time ago. But at what cost? I won't accept gaining strength at the expense of others. Power is a funny thing. Those that try to achieve it are usually the least worthy of it. Those are the ones you're defending. If they end up dead from getting in over their heads, it's on them. The weak are weak. They still serve a purpose, though. We need their essence to ascend. In order to get even more powerful, we need more essence, and essence is in all beings. When the spring ran dry, we stole the essence from the fools in town who were trying to live the good life, hiding away in the comforts of their homes. You mean you're siphoning off the essence of the people in the town? They made their choice when they refused to leave the little light that gave them comfort. Those cowards. Their souls would be a better use towards helping one of us get more power.
This guy's getting a little bit less nuanced.
You always knew he was evil.
Yeah, I guess.
Imagine the strength of all the souls in a town combined into one, under the strength and power of darkness. How could you? You're draining their energy, their life, their essence for the sake of one person gaining strength? Of course, focusing all their essence into one being would force the stronger soul to emerge. If one soul could emerge from the essence of a whole town unshaken without going mad, it would truly be a new step in our evolution. That is the true purpose of this temple. It's quite beautiful if you think about it. Beautiful is downright selfish. Your reliance on others will get you killed. I'm giving you one last chance to reconsider. If you come back here, I'll show you the true power that we discovered a long time ago in this place. Alright, let's go back and save real quick so we don't have to go through that dialogue again, although we can't skip it.
I feel, yeah, this has got to be the end.
Yeah, and this seems like a good place to end the demo. Let's see. Roguevania is just a combination between Rogue and Castlevania. Yeah. I don't know if Konami necessarily embraced the term. Sometimes you just can't stop it. It's like Metroidvania.
Have there been any games? I wonder if has there been a game called Metroidvania, or would that be like copyright problems?
I don't know. There was a game that was like Metroid or something like that. It was like a bunch of cats and it got pulled from Steam, so I don't know if it was too close or what.
Metroidvania? That's hilarious.
Yeah, or I think it was just Metroid, but...
Uh-oh.
Anyway, challenge! I can't allow you to continue. I will end this darkness once and for all. Am I fully charged? I actually didn't know to check. Still so naive. Allow me to show you what the pure determination of overcoming others gains you in this world. Alright, guy. Let's do this. Alright. Wow. It's so dark. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Heal me, boss. Give me your essence. I have to take it to make myself more powerful. Oh gosh. Oh no. Oh no. This is the Destroy Space Aliens boss right off the...
Oh yeah,
for sure.
I like your arrows doink off his face.
Yeah, I have to hit him in the chest. Let me get my health back to full again, then I'll start shooting him again.
If you supercharge first, will it heal more than just one?
I've been supercharged this whole time, so the answer is probably no. Duck. Okay.
I like that we can't really see him super clearly. Like it's sticking with the horror monster trope of, just give us a little bit.
Yeah. Oh no.
Because he does look very menacing.
Yeah, there goes my evil soul. I still don't know what that means. I wonder if that's ever explained, or will be explained. Ninja Gaiden would be... Oh, that's basically what Strider is. Oh, okay. I was like stuck in charge mode for a second there. Alright, we gotta power up before we fight this guy again. We're gonna do this for 8 hours because that's what they do in Hunter x Hunter.
You know what? You say Ninja Gaiden, and it's funny because my brain instantly goes to the one on Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
I never played the originals. And
I
the
played
one on
the originals.
Xbox and Ninja Gaiden 2. I guess technically Ninja Gaiden Black.
The originals are certainly a challenge. Okay, we got...
They're almost completely different games from the remakes they made.
Yeah. Whoops.
The new ones are great. Well,
Okay.
the first two are great. Then they get kind of stupid.
Okay, we just blew up his chest. Oops. That sounds like a good plan. Okay, so far the pattern's not too bad. Ooh. Okay, well, no, he's just, I thought I may have, what is he doing?
In
I think he's
fact,
moving.
Ninja Gaiden, the one on Xbox, was probably the first quote-unquote hard game I ever beat.
I'm gonna put my bow here so I can focus on dodging. I don't think he actually did anything there. Let's put my bow back here.
He's just saying hi.
Alright, so I think that might be past his face, so I just need to pay attention to... Oh, he went and healed. That's what he did. I wonder how you stop that.
Oh. I wonder if you have to just wail on him up there?
I'm gonna try and wail on him down here. Come on.
Yeah, that's definitely working pretty well. I feel like leaving your bow and then just firing is the most effective boss strategy in this game. It's worked out well for both.
So far, anyway.
True.
He said that he was going to add if you damage the...
Player, it zips back to you.
Okay, so he's like feeding on the darkness right now.
I mean, it might be that he can't heal. I mean, if he heals all the way back up, then...
There's got to be something I can do here. I'm trying to think, what powers do I have besides just hitting with arrows? Oh, I've been shooting in the darkness. Okay, I get it.
Yeah, he heals almost completely.
Alright, so I was shooting in the darkness while he was healing, and that has caused the light to shine forth. Once again, I really like the way he handles darkness with the color palette.
Oh, it is R-type strats. I never even thought of that. That's great. Speaking of which, R-type 2 is exactly what I wanted it to be.
That's good. Oops. Okay, so you can shoot his little orbs. Get up. Okay, watch out. Alright, so he jumps over you, so you really just have to... Okay, so we figured out the trick to this boss, I think. And... Eat it, Arcadia. And your weirdly soul capitalistic ways. Wait, did I just double jump? I think I just double jumped. I'm not even sure I was supposed to do that.
Dude, we did it. We saved the world.
Okay, we gotta talk to him, but I don't know where I'm supposed to stand. Alright, I'm supposed
I
to
wonder
stand
what
right
he's going to say. Like, he's all been, like, power and, like, oh, yeah, only those are successful.
He's all arrogant. Give it up, Arcadia. It's over. The light has been restored, and you are defeated. The darkness will plague the souls of this forest no more. Huh. You really think that's that simple, don't you? I have to admit, you have more spirit than I thought. To think that I'd actually lose to a boy that is still so naive. I'm going down. I'm going to take you, everyone you care about, with me. What? Did you foolishly think that I'd have nothing left? That was only the combined power of the pathetic souls of this forest. Prepare to see the true power of my soul. Essence unleash. Oh no.
Is he gonna blow up like a nuke?
I don't know what he's trying to do. Oh, wait.
The Dragon Ball.
Am I supposed to be like absorbing his soul? Let's see. Do I stand here? There we go. I have to fight. So, okay, I had to stand over here.
Is he saying that this is not his final form?
I will have to fight back. I haven't given my all yet either. ... Ha! Looks like I can't hold back too much on this one. Prepare to die, boy. Finishing move. Mad Blast. A finishing move, huh? I think I could use one of those too.
We're super
finishing move.
Really prove themselves.
This is pure anime right here. Gallant Cannon.
What would be great is if he just incinerates you and then you play the rest of the game as Arcadia.
It's like, I changed my mind after talking to that boy. I will protect the people I care about. I won't let you hurt them. Yeah! What foolishness! Do you believe you're protecting them? Your very actions will be their end.
It's a good use of this light system.
It's really cool. You have quite an aptitude for this, I must admit. You're powerful. You have the type of power that doesn't come around too often. Come, join us, kid. We can show you how to truly wield your latent potential. Join you? Join the darkness? I could never betray my friends. Your friends? What foolishness. You speak as if you actually have friends. The only way those dang light dwellers call you friends survive is by manipulating others. They tell you that they are your friends and that they need you to be the wielder of light to get what they want, which is to live. They don't care about you. I recognize your power and won't treat you like a child. I'll help you grow strong, but you are too naive to see the truth. Shut up, I know who I can trust. How many lives have you taken to gain that power? How many lives have we taken to get that power? We killed so many bugs to get here.
They don't care.
I won't choose to trust someone who knowingly caused so much suffering. You talk about the weak like they only exist to serve yourself. Everyone I've met has done their best to live their life despite the suffering that your darkness has caused. Just because they're not physically strong doesn't mean that their spirit isn't strong too. Every person I've met was powerful in their own way. If anything, I'm the weakest out of all of them. The first thing I wanted to do when I saw the darkness was run and hide. But the people in the town live their whole life in the same darkness and are figuring out how to thrive. I need to be strong just like them. Yeah! This is nonsense. Others exist for the sole purpose of overcoming and gaining strength. And Lisa, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have even come on this journey in the first place. She's always foolhardily rushed forward into danger, thinking about the ancient tales of magic. I never believed her, and here I am. There's more to this world than one person could ever hope to understand by themselves. You said that in this world, the strong survive and the weak die. I think I understand now. The fire behind Lisa's eyes and the town's tenacity. Whoops, I skipped that. Whoops, I'm gonna say he said his strength. Give up, Arcadia. I don't want to kill you. I don't want to cause any more suffering than necessary. Even if you overpower me here, you won't kill me. As long as there's a shadow of darkness left in this world, my soul will survive. If you overtake this forest with light, though, you'll be destroying all the souls you know in town. You're wrong. What if what you said is true, then the only thing that will be destroyed is the darkness within their hearts. As the wielder of light, I need everything. I need to do everything I can to protect them. Yeah, I see. Well, true. I can see that if that's what you're truly aiming for, then you've already lost. But that can't be.
For a guy
Your
that's
heart
getting
isn't
actively
that
he sure is cocky.
malicious. I hope to see you on the other side, kid. Dang naivety. Kamehameha! Ora ora! The dark side has cookies, that's true.
Oh man, I can't believe that your power level is over 9,000.
Whoa, we really did just Kamehameha the whole mountain. Oh, apparently we Kamehameha the whole earth.
I like that like 3 hours ago you were just some dude playing guitar at a campfire.
Whoops. My running animation's still stuck, which is kind of goofy in this situation. Okay, there we go.
Michael Jackson moonwalking. He's like,
All right, do we get to see what happens to the town now? I want to find out that he was right the whole time. That'd be funny. Oh, health up. Nice.
Our friendship did win again.
I don't feel like that was necessarily the power of friendship per se, but... Alright, well, let's go over here. So is this place, Can we go this way anymore? I don't think we can. I think we're locked out of that section.
I bet you go back to town and everybody's dead.
It's possible he sealed all this off because it's still a demo.
Can you go back to town?
I don't see that there's any other choice. It looks like all the other paths except down are locked out, except for this one for some reason. Nope, never mind. It was just a shroud. I'm looking around as I go down, but it looks like everything is locked off. That was the pull-up bar. Alright, we'll go this way.
I'm going to pretend this whole time this guy's like, save the world, saved everyone, nothing going wrong, I'm so great.
Dot, dot, dot. So you're the one who restored the light. It's been a while since I've last felt it. Tell me, why did you bring the light back to this land? The darkness was causing so much suffering. I needed to help the people in the town. Tread carefully, young one. There's a natural balance to the world. You cannot fight against the laws that bind this world together. Wait, who are you?
It's a Jedi.
All right. Well, this is the end of the demo. We finished at least 2 hours earlier than the estimate I was given.
That is because you are a professional Metroidvania player.
I do finish a lot of games faster, but then there are some games that just catch me. I do have a tendency to beat the hell on to beat time, though, and that is probably from playing so many. The music's completely changed here, I think. I think the enemies have changed here, too. It's interesting seeing everything, like, get all Okami. Like, everything's bright and...
Yeah, it's a neat transformation.
That's really cool. I like the idea of that.
Yeah, I bet all these things that you're killing are the people from town.
It could be. Yeah, we're gonna find out.
Find your friend, and she's gonna be like a horrible little like.
This is what I like about that, is that was like pure anime just then, but the idea that the wolf guy could have been right this whole time, like all the people are dead now. Oh, look at all the plants. Apparently the essence was right.
Radiant. This is actually a prequel for Hollow Knight. All of Hollow Knight takes place in that grass down below you.
I like how it's still called A Town in Darkness. The whole place is empty.
Yeah, we're probably going to find everybody all in one place.
I'm not sure where I'm going to find them, but I'll try climbing the tower.
This is the downside of not having Indiana ores here, is we can't ask if there's more.
Yeah. Okay, these doors are shut, so I'm going to assume if the door is shut, then you can't go through it. This music kind of reminds me of Terra's theme. Or it has some flavors of it.
Yeah. It does.
It does the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Well, let's go check out those statues first. Actually, no. We told Lisa to go to the library. I'm betting that's where we need to go. It's interesting that like the town is like overgrown now.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, this is like the type of thing you would normally see at the end of like a JRPG type thing. You know, you beat the darkness, you have your big anime Kamehameha fight. The fact that this is a demo of the early part of the game and it's happening so early, though, tells you that there's going to be a lot more nuance to the...
I'm sure it's going to come out that the darkness is not necessarily pure bad and the light is not pure good.
I mean, the mere fact that Arcadia is willing to talk to you is a sign of that. Yeah, this actually reminds me of old... Okay, let's see what this guy's... What are these essence remnants? Oh, I guess you're just doing your thing. You're not going to tell me what happened to the town, huh?
Hey man, I know you killed everyone here, but I'm just going to talk to you like everything's cool.
Yeah. It could be that we're just at the end of the demo and there isn't a clear-cut end to it.
Yeah, I think that might be the case.
And the NPCs aren't necessarily gone because Arcadia was right, but possibly gone because they just haven't been programmed yet. Let's check the basement real quick, and then we'll check off to the right. And if that's the end of it, I can have Indiana Ores tell me this week if... Anyway, the boss fight was cool. Definitely, I mean... Destroy Space Alien starts with a very high difficulty, so, I mean, for the beginning of the game, it was, I think, a pretty good difficulty.
I definitely like the mechanics.
Yeah. So we're going to go off to the right, and if there's nothing that way, and we start to end the stream, we'll go ahead and just discuss what we think of the game so far, and maybe what we might change, and what our favorite things are. There's a lot I love about this. I definitely have my... Oh, there's people here. I guess...
No, they're just the training people, I bet.
Yeah, okay, so I'm guessing that the issue is more that the guys haven't been programmed and less that...
Yeah, I think actually beating that guy is probably the quote-unquote end of this demo.
Yeah, that could be the end of the content. Good thing I bought the... Okay. What does the jump kick do? Oh, okay, that's right.
See what actually happened to everybody? Because we got to add it in, since obviously it's not programmed in. Is everyone exploded into orange juice like all of the people at the end of Evangelion?
Okay, well, we'll check to the right because there were some statues over there. Yeah, I mean, this was a demo that he hasn't made available on the store or anything like that, so it is very possible that it just that is the last of the content there. So the charge button is the same as my... Oh, we can actually climb up this thing now. We'll go off to the right, see what happens. And go into these mines. Alright, well, I'm going to make an assumption that that is the end of the content available. Although, we'll just keep going. But, honest thoughts time. What do you think, Nick? What are your thoughts so far?
Well, obviously, my favorite part of the game is the cool light mechanic. I feel like moving forward, he should definitely lean into that. And it sounds like maybe that's what he's doing with the other game that he's developing, is using these systems that he's developed here to create a different game.
Yeah, it does sound like that might be the case, although it sounds like he may come back to this one.
Yeah, I think it'd be a shame to leave it where it is.
For sure.
I am interested to see where the story goes from here.
So what are some of your thoughts on the story? Do you mind if I ask you first before I give mine, or?
Sure. I think it's delving into more nuance than a lot of Metroidvanias do, which I really like. And I like the more like theoretical type questions and conversations you have with the bosses. Like nobody's just like, have at you, and then you fight them because they're bad. Which is interesting. Anytime you can give nuance to bosses, I think that's a good thing. I also like the direction that it's going with the whole anime thing. Like it feels like it's definitely leaning into that, especially with this last part of the game.
Right.
And oddly, I don't think there's a whole lot of that in this genre. That the over the top fighting and powering up and all of that.
The shonen thing, which is actually very appropriate for a video game.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we don't see more of that.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's because anime's got this whole industry behind it, and maybe they feel like they need to license things if they did anything like that. So it's interesting to see somebody inspired by that go into that.
Sure.
Any other thoughts?
I don't know. Something might come to me, but what were you thinking?
So I really I really like it. I think that the dialogue got maybe a little bit too wordy at the end there. One of the praises I gave early on was that I liked how it was nicely divided up, so that it was easy to parse out and read at a decent pace, and gather the information without being bombarded with a wall of text. Now, part of that is I'm reading it out loud, and of course I stumble over my words. The more I feel like I have to get through a lot of text, so it's easier when it's parsed out. So that is one criticism that I'll give there. I also I like that. I like that scene a lot, and I understand it was trying to be like super epic and all that. And I don't think it was inappropriate. I think that the build up to that boss was very well done because you did meet him, I think, 3 times. So
we had plenty of build up to get to know him.
So that's something else I can give some praise to, is that the amount of time that you spent with the townsfolk, and you had the bard singing in the town, you kind of got a core memory to take into that dungeon, so that you could think about that while your character was arguing against murdering people to get more powerful.
Right.
I wonder how far this goes.
Oh, and Dr. Rocket, one group that seems to do a really good job with anime adaptations into a Metroidvania is crap. No, I'm not gonna remember that. The people that made Deedlit in Deedlit Land. And,
oh yeah, Deedlit in Wonder Labyrinth.
Yeah, and because that's like I think the 3rd anime game they've made. They made one based on Kotsuba, and then they made one based on Tsukihime. And then they made one based on...
Did they? So they did Toho Luna Nights, they did Shin
Or
Megami.
Toho, not Tsukihime.
Yeah, they did Toho, they did Shin Megami, and then they did
Kotsuba.
Lotus War, which is really interesting to do something Lotus War related.
After all this time.
Right, after all this time.
But they do a good job with it. I mean, their games tend to play out kind of like fan fiction, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. And I mean, it's kind of understandable, all things considered.
Sure. Let's see.
Yeah, they've got a Kotsuba game. It was like the first one that they did.
Oh yeah, I need to play Shattered Dimensions, or I think it's called Shattered Dimensions for Spider-Man. I actually bought that, so I will hopefully find some time to do it. There's been a lot of Metroidvania releases lately, as you know.
With Spider-Man, it'd make a pretty good Metroidvania.
What is the thing I just got? Wall grip, huh? Yeah, actually, Spider-Man is kind of perfect for that idea. So I'm interested to see how they did that. Was that Mercury Steam that made that game? I don't even know. I have to look it up.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think so. One of the things I really also like about this game is that like I said, the townspeople are likable. Lisa is especially good, just the way how supportive she is. Has a very comforting feel to her, which makes you want to. It makes you feel like you're part of the main character's desire to protect her. And with that said, I think this game has all of the elements in it to make it kind of a viral success for its story. In my opinion, like that was my first impression when we first went into this. Looks like we have a bunch of miners that, there could be completely new stuff there. Although the town seemed like it was pretty empty, so I'm guessing that this may be.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh, I guess Lisa ran in there. Oh, maybe we can keep going. We're all acting like this is the end of it. One thing I would like to criticize is that I think the character portraits could use a little work. I think that's going to be the people that see screenshots, that might be a turnoff.
I mean, it could very well just be placeholders, but even if they're not.
Yeah. With that said, that is something's healing me in here, and I don't know what. That's interesting. I don't know if you noticed that.
It's just a healing room.
Oh, no. Okay, so when you go into the darkness, your health changes. Okay. I wasn't being healed, it was just changing color. So, like, in order to be a viral success, you gotta have all of your appealing elements in place, and I think that getting the character portraits would be a something that I think that would be worth focusing on. I don't think it affects how good the game is, but it does affect how people perceive the game when they see it on a store page.
That's definitely true.
Right.
A lot of people judge books by covers.
Yes. Yeah, it's really hard. Like Environmental Station Alpha is a game that I recommend to people, but then a lot of people look at it and it's like, oh no, it doesn't look good at all. Looks like an old game. Which,
I think that was the main thing holding, well, not necessarily holding Destroy Space Aliens back, but definitely that Destroy Space Aliens struggled with was the visual, and that was an art decision.
Yes, and that definitely felt like a Game Boy game, and that definitely worked for that. But yeah, that is one of the comments I've had on my video review is those graphics are no sell to me. I'm like, whatever. Like I can't change people's perception on that, but that is something to think about as a developer. And the sprites look great. I think the graphically everything looks great. It's just the character portraits probably could use a little bit of an upgrade. So I think that these blue things you can't even kill unless you use your charge attack.
They have actually, what would be an interesting mechanic in this game would be something along the lines of Alan Wake, where there's like darkness you have to cook off of people before you can damage them.
Yeah, that's kind of what seems to be happening with those guys. Sorry if I'm not reading everything, but maybe I'm wrong that there isn't a lot more demo left. There could be. I've been only kind of passively paying attention to what's going on here.
We found the land of clones.
So we're trying to kill the Bat Queen. So far we're still in light though, and you can kind of tell that based off your health bar, which is kind of neat. There's a lot of people to talk about here. So everybody's trying to get back to the church that is blocked off. I think that's like the universal symbol of that's under construction. Anyway, we'll wander around for 15 minutes, and Indiana Ores can let me know if there's like a whole other section to pay attention to. But I think that boss is a good place to... would be a good place to end a demo if they did make this an official release.
Sure.
It'd be cool if they put a twist there.
Yeah, I feel like you would go back and like Lisa would be evil now for some reason or something.
Well, I mean, Like you said, the Arcadia started to lose his nuance a little bit when he started talking about eating people to to feed his power or whatever. But
Interesting. Oh, no, I got it. I know where the story is supposed to go. So you actually went out camping alone, and Lisa is some sort of like ancient power, and she like inserted herself into your mind,
into
and
your
that's why she
memory.
was constantly trying to get you to explore this place because she wanted you to destroy the darkness so she could gain power and come back to, I don't know, she's the Radiance now.
Well, so from a ludonarrative standpoint, remember that we have the darkness side and we have the light side, and then you have the guy warning you about balance. It's very possible that by the end of the game, you might be right. Like that'd be cool. It'd be really interesting if like the final level is the Kingdom of Light and the final boss is, the Lord of Light or whatever, and that they're constantly at war or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be a cool direction to take it, but who knows? Who knows what Indiana Wars has in mind?
It'd be an interesting way to tie in alternate endings depending on what your balance is.
Yeah.
So, like maybe if you're perfectly balanced, it unlocks one ending. If you're all dark, it's a different ending, and if you're all light, it's a different ending.
So based on what we've seen, it looks like your balance is based off of just whatever you have equipped. So like when I equipped that darkness stuff, it started making more darkness squares, and then you get these kind of combination squares when you have the you put them next to each other. Yeah, 360-degree aiming would be neat, but it's hard to implement. You'd have force the player to use the stick, and a lot of players, including myself, don't really prefer the stick. So that is the downside to having Samus Returns style aiming. There's a lot of content back here. Okay, well, we just jumped off a cliff, so I don't think we can get out of there until we get our climb back up. Oh, what's this? Welcome to the Well of Healing. Let's see.
I don't really need this, but cool.
This shrine is here to give hope to those who have fallen too far. How so? The burden of one's soul is a heavy weight. Uh-oh. So interesting that there's a church involved here. Maybe there is an opposite thing going on here. It's also interesting that, so all these townsfolk were, kind of holed up there, but all of a sudden there's, more miners here than we've seen anywhere else.
And all the townsfolk disappeared?
Yeah, I'm wondering if there's, a time warp forward or something.
Well, that'd be interesting if it's, 100 years later.
Okay, so maybe apparently the town is supposed to direct you this way. Your soul, I can see your soul clearly now. Let's see. But yeah, that would be interesting if she was never your friend or she never grew up with you. She just inserted you into her memory. That's always an interesting thing when you mess with people's memories. It's an existential thing because memory is a very delicate. I've learned that myself after having a concussion or whatever.
Sure.
Something very interesting to play with. I learned from certain games that bright yellow liquid is definitely fine and definitely what you should do.
Yeah, it's all about.
If I go any further on which game that was, then it's major spoilers, but... Let's see. Sorry, I'm just kind of skipping through the dialogue because I'm not sure how much is connected to anything at this point. So we just got a new power. High jump. Hooray. Wow. That is a high jump. I'm interested in whether or not you ever actually get a double jump in this game. But that's how I get out of that hole. This part's very quiet. So we'll just kind of explore a little bit for the next 10 minutes, and then, as I mentioned, if it says that there's a lot more to see, then we'll do this again next week. If not, then next week. What do you think, Nick? Should we move straight into Hollow Knight at this point, or? What do you think? Did I lose you, Nick? I may have lost Nick. 1 second here. Oh, he's still in there. Oh, we'll just keep playing for a bit. Oh, the high jump in the Dawn of Sorrow. I've actually never thought about doing a... So I've done the Zelda X... Oh gosh, that is way up there. The Zelda X Super Metroid randomizer, but I have not attempted to do any of the Castlevania randomizers. Dawn of Sorrow would be a fun one to do that with, I think.
Which one's Dawn of Sorrow?
Dawn of Sorrow is the one where you play as Soma Cruz. It's the second game, sequel to Aria of Sorrow. And in the first game, you find out that Soma Cruz is Dracula, or he is potentially the incarnation of Dracula, and then you have to kind of deal with that. And the second game kind of continues that plot line.
Oh, it's DS.
It's a lot of fun. I like the first one more, personally, but if you were to hack a game, I'd say that the second one has more to work with. So
that's the one I played, was Portrait of Ruin.
Yeah, you said you liked that one, right?
I did.
I like Portrait of Ruin a lot, but there's definitely I think there are more divided opinions on Portrait of Ruin than any of the DS Castlevania games. Like, the reason why people don't like Order of Ecclesia is pretty easy to predict, but the reason why people don't like Portrait of Ruin, it's usually because the level design is a little bit bloated.
Yeah.
And especially compared to, Symphony of the Night and Dawn of Sorrow.
Yeah, well, it's anytime you incorporate different worlds like that.
Whoops. So
but I liked it.
Kind of a pain to 100% the game. Just don't 100% it. That's my...
So many bats.
I know. I'm just trying to get through here
Oh,
without dying.
no.
I'm not getting a lot of opportunities to heal myself, and I need to charge too. Oh no. Okay, well, we're dead.
It's just the cloud of bats descends upon you.
I actually don't remember the last thing I used. I feel like I'm kind of moving without direction here because I don't know if there is a direction at this point, so... But
This might be the final area he was talking about, because didn't he mention that it was really difficult?
No. Maybe. It could be. I don't know. He said the area that we were moving into, so I assumed it was that temple that we were in. I think that temple is a good place to end the game, too. This is just a good place to kind of talk about what we thought about it, so...
Sure.
We'll wrap up in a second, but I'm really curious what's off to the left over here. Just because we have time. No reason not to look. So you kind of want to make sure that you have a fully charged thing before you move into these areas, because...
Well, yeah, especially since there's enemies you can only hurt with a turn.
So there's these bats here, like you can't just run past them because you want to make sure you have a full charge for the super bats. Which I like the idea of these guys. It might be a little bit tough to charge if you don't happen to have a charge there. It'd be nice to have a kind of a backup.
Yeah, it'd be tough. And if you can't do it beforehand, it would be real hard to do it up front, or during combat, basically.
That's fascinating that the Dawn of Sorrow hack can actually build new maps now. I wonder how they pulled that one off. I guess they just seeded a bunch of different rooms. Oh boy. This guy's intimidating. Oh.
With his mouth.
Come on, give me a charge. Come on. There. Trade a hit for a hit. Oh gosh.
Yeah, those bats are kind of annoying.
Yeah.
The Medusa heads that follow you.
This is a pretty common enemy type in games.
The harasser.
The harasser, the circler, what do you want to call it? Well, I'm hitting something off to the left there, so that was helpful. Okay.
Someone's like, I'm coming to help, George, and then you just shoot him in the face before he even gets there.
Anyway, overall, I really enjoyed this, and I'd like to see it completed. I'm interested in... I find it interesting that Destroy Space Aliens wasn't exactly story-focused, so it's interesting to see a developer move from a kind of a more heavy game focus into a story-focused game like this.
Sure.
And yes, in the Metroidvania sphere, it's not very common to see this kind of focus. Sometimes you get it. Like, I'd say that, like, Aquaria games like that are on the heavier end of story focus. All right.
And then White Goo Game.
Oh, yeah. Took me a second to realize what you were talking about. Iconoclasts.
Yeah, but you figured it out. For some reason, I can never remember the name of Iconoclasts.
That's funny. That's funny that you remember it as the White Goo Game and not the game with the girl with the comically large wrench.
Wrench? Okay, well, maybe that'd be easier. The White Goo was one of the most driving, memorable parts of that game.
Iconoclast is 100% a story-focused game. In fact, I would say it has more similarities with a JRPG than it does with Metroidvania. Kind of similar to Metroid Fusion. A lot of people make that comparison, that it's like Metroid Fusion.
Mm. I enjoyed it.
Which we should play... Oh, look. I got a new climb bar.
Seems like a bad place for a pull-up bar.
Yeah. So at this point, we're just going to stop as soon as we find a save point. I would love to continue this game, but I do not know how much further it goes. Okay, so there are boxes blocking me off here. I don't know if that's a sign that I don't particularly want to backtrack through that hallway of bats. So I'm
yeah, but there's really nowhere else to go.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say we'll call it here. I mean, it looks like we could probably climb up that way. Now that we have the triple jump, we could get up this shaft over here. It is a little interesting that these boxes are here. Can we push them? Nope. Okay, well, this seems like as good a place as any to call it, so... any final thoughts before we sign off today, Nick?
I'd say it's got a lot of promise, and I hope he gets back to it one day.
Yep. We look forward to whatever Flying Fire does, so... Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this demo. Next week will probably be either Hollow Knight, or we may decide to do another demo week, but I think we might jump into Hollow Knight if everybody's ready, so we'll see you next week.